Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to CyberCast IRL. I did not think we were going to get a show this morning. I'm just going to throw it out there. But here we are. A little late, but here we are. That's all that matters. I like that the crew is telling me, time. I just dictate what time is. That's how it works. Daniel Lowrie in charge here today. Everyone, welcome to the show, CyberCast IRL, where we talk cybersecurity stuff. I know a lot of people are probably out at conferences. It is definitely conference month. And, September and November will also be conference month adjacent. But that's how it kind of goes when you're in that cyber life. You got to hang out with those cyber pros. You got to have some good times. Everybody already in the house. I'm looking at some great folks that have shown up. James McQuiggan apparently has landed in the chat. What's up, James McQuiggan? I got Phil Stafford out there, Wes Bryan in the house, TJ Williams. Oh my goodness, Mark Fuentes, Alice Grimm, Abhay. You guys, you really make my day. Carrie, thank you so much for joining up, and Carrie Franklin as well. Good to see everyone. I'm just looking at the chat. I just want to give big shout outs to everybody that kind of was lurking in the Discord. I blew the conch shell and they showed up and they told their friends. So it's really cool to see everybody. Furious George, by the way, Furious George, best of luck to you coming up. You got that Net Plus. Brother, we cannot wait to celebrate the win with you. I know you've been working hard and studying, and that's what's cool. By the way, kids, Discord stuff, don't forget, join us in the Discord. Amish Brain is here. I'm going to drop the Discord link in the chat. I will make sure to update that in the description for this episode as well, so those that are watching after the fact can grab that. Hey, is that Tech Grunt? That is Tech Grunt in the house as well. So we're having a good time. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, I doubt highly at this point because the only people that would know that it's going on already know who I am. But tell your friends, right? Tell them, hey, if you want to talk cyber stuff, Daniel's what's up. The Pain. What's up, Berg? Good to see you there. Zero Hack 3D0. Like that. Let's get it. Heck yeah. Tech Gee, you made it. Yes. Saffron Paprika. Okay. Saffron Paprika, you just literally won the internet handle of the day because that is awesome. Ben asked, no Wild West Hacking Fest for me. No, not this year. Yeah, very cool. Man, I'm actually seeing, there's Nerdpocalypse, Fred on, man. Oh, and Fred on, good for you. By the way, if you're new and you're watching the channel, you want to make sure you catch my attention. This is a bit of an AMA, so if you want to ask me something, please feel free. Best way to get my attention, though, is to @ my name, and we all know what that looks like, right? Because there be the chat. You see these lovely chatties like Tech Grunt saying, good morning, right? And Fred on says, I already have my Ultra Strawberry Monster cracked up. Let's go. That's what's up, because everybody that watches the show regularly knows what time it is. That's time for your boy to get his tackling fuel down. Now, I am already pretty jazzed, right? Because we've already told people about Discord. But before we get into the whole morning pour, I got to remind people, I'm not good at this. As far as I got to be my own promotion man. I got to be my own hype man at this point. I have a course that is available for purchase. If you're looking to get into that pen testing and you think, man, there's lots of certs, there's lots of things. Well, I made a Pentest Plus from CompTIA. I made a Pentest Plus course. Some of you are already purchasers. You've enjoyed it. You've let me know that you're having a great time. You're having a lot of fun. You're having a few laughs and you're learning that pen test. If you want to join the fun, you can purchase my Pentest Plus course. Let me bring that up for us here. You can check that out on, right now, we are available. Let me get full screen. Available on the Simply Cyber Academy. It's at academy.simplycyber.io. Go there, check it out. I will drop this link also. Copy that, paste it in, and paste. There's the link. So if you want to go check that out, you can already see that there's a lot of great content here for you to look through. We've got pre-engagement stuff, right? 14 lessons on, hey, here's some fun paperwork that you need to be able to work your way through. Administrative tasks that are part of the job. I was actually really happy to see that CompTIA added this stuff to their Pentest Plus examination. This is part of the objectives. We do some recon, right? Not a day without sunshine if you ain't got some recon going on. You got passive and active, OSINT, what's that all about? Looking at certificate transparency logs. Literally just did that yesterday. to check out someone's website to help them look at some security. Web app recon and enumeration, enumerating shares, scripting, look at tools like Spiderfoot and Maltego. What else we got in here? Vulnerability assessments, playing around with that. What does that look like? How do we do the different types? SAST and SCA, DAST and IAST, doing scanning on networks, scanning of Active Directory, scanning an ICS, and then what a physical security assessment looks like. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, exploitation, right? We do a lot of exploitation, biggest in the bunch because there's 34 lessons of exploitation out there, doing SAML, OAuth, and OIDC attacks, which we actually perform. Let's see here. Web app login brute force attacks. We do some directory traversal, cross-site scripting, server-side request forgery, CSRF, session hijacking, SQL injections, deserializations, command injections, server-side template injections, IDOR. Man, tons of acronyms. So if you love acronyms, you know where to go. But we actually get hands-on with this stuff. We take a look at what's going on. I show it to you, not just tell you about it and throw a slide on the screen. So as you can see, this is quite the section and will take you some time, but you'll come away with a lot of really cool skills. Also post-exploitation skills as well. Once you've breached into, now what do? We're going to look for that privilege escalation on both Windows and Linux, do some NTLM and Kerberos stuff. Always a good time there. Windows cracking techniques, password cracking techniques. Oh, man. Going to be a great time. All right. So there's also some post-engagement. Hey, don't forget, you got to write a report for these things. How do you do that? We're going to look at that as well. So there you go. There's my shameless self-promotion. If anybody's interested, you know what to do. Click that link, and I will make sure that that is also available in the description of this show after the recording is done. Okay, now it's time. Let's get to it. I know we had a little more in the front than we do normally. We're normally already at this point, but it's time for the morning pour, kids. Where did Daniel go? Daniel's here. Time for the morning pour. Let's do it, shall we? The Lord's camo awaits. I couldn't get the top off. It was really stuck. We do a little ASMR for you in the morning here where I grab a Monster energy drink. Today is Ultra Fantasy, a ruby red. It's like Fantasy Island from when I was a kid. Indeed. The monster, boss. The monster. So cool. Let's get to the pour. I'm going to pour it in this cup. It's going to be great. Oh, we got to get the crack. The Kraken. Release the Kraken, shall we? Yeah. A little splishy splashy on that one, but that's cool. Let's get to the pour. Pour, 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 pour. Prote. Okay. The hand shook. Oh my goodness, it is at the tip. Top. That's tasty. That's it's like a popsicle. It kind of tastes like a popsicle. That's what I like it. Yeah, super good. I've had this one before. I got a whole case now, so yeah, that's what's up. I had to buy it by the case because this junk is expensive when you do them singles. But BOGOs at Publix are always nice as well, and that's when I can variety it up. For those of you that don't know, I wait for this every week. I only have one Monster a week, and I share it with you because, hey, I love you. That's right, I said it. I am secure enough in my manhood to say that I love you. Not like my wife, but you know, a brotherly love and affection. We're having fun. Oh, man, that is good. That is good. Now I'm feeling good. Got the cyber juices flowing. Let's jump to the chat, see what y'all got for me this morning. I don't have anything prepared, so I always wait to see what you good folks have going on. All right, let me jump here. I did see QQQQQ, which is another really good way of getting my attention. I don't know if Wayne's Real World is in the chat today. He might be out. He usually kind of helps me with that. But, yeah, we got TechGrunt. I have my Monster ready. Second morning pour. That's right. Get 2 in a row. TechGrunt's going to be jumping off the walls here in about 5 minutes. Let's see here. Furious George, I'm taking How to Network CompTIA Cert Challenge, and Pentest Plus is on the list. Sweet. Well, Furious George, I hope if you feel so inclined to go with my training, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps you, and I hope you are successful. We love celebrating wins here. So if you've got a win, if you have won something recently in the cyber realm, let us know, because we love that stuff. It's motivating to all of us. Because, fun fact, it can be difficult in the cyber world, not going to lie, right? It's rough. It's raw out there. We are deep in the streets. Berg asked, how's it going? It's going. Doing things, moving on. I think, that's good stuff. But thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I hope you're well as well. All right. Did I miss the QQQQ? No, I do see this one here from Saffron Paprika. That is a great, it's like I'm going to make stuffing. I'm going to use saffron and paprika. So question for me. I'd like to get into pen testing. Would that be a good pivot? As I am currently a software engineer, I know very little about cybersecurity. I think it would be a phenomenal pivot, actually. I think that is exactly the kind, you're the exact kind of audience that the Pentest Plus really speaks to. Because you're not new to IT. You're not new to technology in general. So that's great. And the fact that you're a software developer, right? Isn't that what you said? Yeah, you're in a software engineer. Beautiful, right? This will be a phenomenal pivot for you. I've always found that people that come from a software development or engineering background do really well on the red team side of things, on the offensive security side of things, pen testing and ethical hacking and that stuff. And that's because a lot of us end up having to play catch up with that. Guilty. Right? I was like, oh man, is software hard? Nah, I don't like it. It's just scary and mean. But it ends up really helping you because you understand how, when you're looking at an exploit, when you're looking at a web application, when you're looking at just a software application in general, how they work, what takes it, what goes into it, and then what you can do and where the dangers can lie. So now you just take that software engineering knowledge base that you already have, you marry that with some cybersecurity, specifically with pen testing, you're going to be a beast at this. So Pentest Plus is really good. It's relatively affordable, right? There are some similarly priced things that are out there that are a little bit more, I say a bit more, they'll start to push you more into the space. But I think that this is probably a good start. And that's why you can go back, look at my YouTube, like back early videos. I've always liked the Pentest Plus. I took the beta when it first came out. I was really impressed with it. And a lot of people were as well. And they continue to update it, try to keep it relevant for a multiple choice, performance-based questions, like traditional type of exam. It really covers a lot of good information. It does test you on quite a few things and tools. It's going to get you familiarized. So the exam will tell people that you are familiar with a lots of pen testing tools, techniques, and what the job is like. I think it does a great job of covering that. My training specifically will give you more depth than what, if you took Cert Master Learn. I will take you way more down the rabbit hole than traditional study guides and things that typically do. Okay. So that's where I think I separate myself as far as a trainer goes. Is I always hated when people throw slides up and go, you memorize this, you know what crack map exec is, or net exec now, right? You know what it is, and you know what it does. Cool. And I maybe even showed you some screenshots of what it worked, but a lot of that type of training typically doesn't take you a little further down the rabbit hole. Hey, let's do that. Instead of the slide, hey, today I'm going to tell you what Logolo NG is. How about I show you what Logolo NG is, and we'll talk about it as we make it work. That's my training style. So hopefully if that resonates with you, you would enjoy that type of training. But I'm a big fan. There are better certifications. Because I'm straight up honest, I will throw it out there as far as once you're ready to be a pen tester, you would probably want to acquire. So this is really good for you out of the gate to go, cool, I'm into it. I've learned some stuff. And then you level up to the next thing, to something like the PNPT or maybe CPTS from hackthebox. It's going to get a little more difficult. Or if you wanted to do another in-between step, if you're baby stepping your way through, maybe something like the EJPT or the PJPT, different companies, different certs, but still both really great, right? You can do that as well. Maybe go get some badges from something like Pentester Lab, doing home labbing stuff. Of course, you have to do all that stuff anyway, so you might as well build a really good, robust resume with a great profile. I do not know why my Raycon headphones are like freaking out. There you go. Go away. Anyway, that was fun. So hopefully that helps you, Saffron Paprika. I just like saying that. Saffron Paprika. Let's go back. Chat. What you got for me? Taking too long. Mine is sweating. Yeah, they do sweat. If you chill it, it will sweat. Mine was right out of the case, so it didn't sweat at all. Sorry you missed it, TJ. It happens. And we even went late. All right, there's a question from Carrie. Carrie, what you got for me today? What do you think about using Visual Studio to write Python code? This weekend after mowing, old eyes, I will embark on your videos and other stuff to learn Python. I have it in Zorin. A lot of people love Visual Studio Code. Honestly, I haven't used it a butt ton. There's a lot of functionality to it. I kind of tend to be a bit of a minimalist in a lot of ways. What are you going to do, right? Just your guy. That's how I am. I use it when I'm like, oh, this is appropriate. So I typically do have it installed and ready to fire. I just realized that I got the wrong resolution on my screen. That's why you see a weird fun. That's what happens when you fire up last minute and you don't have everything ready. I typically run at 720 on this monitor that you're looking at now. But hey, I think we're seeing everything. I'll just make sure to keep it scrolled up. Anywho, fun. What are you going to do? So yeah, no, you'll like Visual Studio Code, and it's a good thing to get used to. Most people do actually use it. I'm just dumb. I'm a dummy that does it, that bucks trends. Always have been that way. Just my personality. What are you going to do? All right, let's see what else. Let's see here. Saffron Pack Preview. Thanks. You have convinced me to buy the complete pack. Well, no. Thank you. I hope you really enjoy it. Listen, you got 14 days that if it ain't what you're looking for, refund. Okay? So, if I'm not mistaken, check your terms and conditions. But Jerry from Simply Cyber Academy. By the way, big shout out to Jerry. He is out in Deadwood having a great time right now. He runs the Simply Cyber Academy. That's his portion of the business. Mine is just as a trainer. I put content, or at least I've just started putting content into his training library, and he makes access. So he runs that part of stuff. And I'm pretty sure he told me that there is a 14-day, like, if you don't like it, get a refund kind of thing. So I hope you enjoy it, man. I will say thank you for putting food on my children's table. It's very helpful. Bearded IT Dad goes deep. What's up, Dakota? Looking forward to talking with you, my man. I don't know if you've checked your schedule, but we got a conversation lined up. I'm sorry it took me so long. I have been like straight overwhelmed. Not gonna lie. It's been a lot lately for you, boy. I got a lot of stuff going on. I started the certified red team operator course from 0 Point Security. So myself taking courses, doing stuff. Everybody's got to keep leveling up. Everybody's got to keep going. And that course is no joke. It's a lot of great stuff in there. I'm kind of familiar with some of it, but some of it I'm not. So I'm learning, and I love that. Hope everybody out there is doing something today to push their bar higher. Just reach for things that are just beyond your grasp. And just like, a weightlifter or whatever gets stronger, your mind will get stronger. And the next time you reach for that bar, so if you don't reach it today, maybe tomorrow you do, because you will adapt. You will take on more information, and it'll be awesome. You'll be fired. It'll be awesome. Keep going. Let's see here. David O'Neill, good morning. I have a question for hold on, I just saw this. Do you think the Try Hack Me or Hack the Box is worth it than industry certs? So they are kind of in there. I would say they have a big enough name in the field that even though that their certs, some of them are relatively new, they're probably going to hold some weight. They probably take a little while to get into the HR side of things, but anybody that knows, kind of, if you know, kind of thing. So I would not shy you away from them. I'm not 100% on the price. We'll go look at pricing here in a minute. I'm gonna get to this other question, but great. It's a really good question. I think that's a really good question. Let's see here. Good morning. I have a question. David O'Neill, for a cybersecurity consultant project manager that is interested in learning about pen testing, would the Pentest Course be a good start? Yes, it's like exactly a great application for that. It's one of the best applications for that. So a friend of mine, he does AppSec, right? He's on the blue team side of things. And we were talking, and I told him I released the course. He was like, dude, I got to buy that. I'm like, oh, you're going to pivot to pen testing? He's like, no, but I want to know what the tricks and things and the hacks that people are doing and kind of how that works so that I can better defend. So it's always a good idea to kind of like cross-train. So if you're a red teamer, someone in the ethical hacking space, offensive security, you should be spinning up things like EDRs and SIEM systems and trying to build little and WAFs and things of that nature, and then testing how well your stuff works against that. Yes, it does take time. And listen, guilty as charged. I don't get to do that stuff all the time. We all have lives, but when you schedule that time, you got to take that time. I'm gonna go big screen here, bud, because we got to get our big kid pants on here. We got to take the time, schedule it out, and follow our schedule of today I'm going to stand up a WAF, and I'm going to put it in front of something like Juice Shop, and I'm going to see how well my attacks work. Does the WAF stop it? If so, what does that look like? Let me look at those logs. Let me look at all that stuff. And then now let me try to adjust and see if I'm able to bypass the WAF. Let me start looking at WAF bypass techniques for cross-site scripting attacks or SQL injection or whatever it is you're doing against something like Juice Shop or DVWA or whatever it is you got spun up. Tell me that's not a really cool lab. I'm excited. I'm actually like, so what am I doing tomorrow, actually? That could be fun, right? Have the fun. Be having the fun. What is there, Starfire? My kids watch Teen Titans a lot. And now I'm like, let's be having the fun. That show is actually pretty entertaining. I won't joke. It's a lot of fun. So yes, a long answer short. Yes, I think that would be a great place to start. Like I said, I really like CompTIA does a good job of always going, here's the main buffet of things you need to know. And even some in certain areas we're gonna go a little bit, you'll get a little extra, right? And then of course when I make training for it, I'm like, oh yeah, how about we just do a little bit extra for everybody? How about we do a lot? How about we do a little bit extra in most places and a lot of it extra in some other places? Actually, I like a lot of it extra more. And I have to literally stop myself from making stuff that's just way too long. Because I would have 90-hour courses and then you would never complete them. And the cert would rev before you got done watching the training, and that wouldn't be good for anyone. So, and welcome to episode 604. We're in year 2 of Pentest Plus. That's not how it's supposed to go, but I would do that. I have to constrain myself. All right, going back. Tech Grunt says, tell it like it is about the Pentest Plus. Preaching that PT Plus gospel. Bearded IT Dad, he's laughing at me. I hope he's enjoying it. We had a good talk. If you didn't see the After Dark with Bearded IT Dad on, we had a great conversation, and I think that Dakota, that may have been the most entertaining episode we've had of After Dark. Just going to throw that out there. I think that might be what's up. Somebody actually said something the other day, like they posted a comment on that video, like the Arnold impression killed me, and with a big laughing face. It's like, right. I'm a fool, and I bring that to cyber. What are you going to do? We have fun. Rick Shivers in the house. Awesome. Oh, that's cool. I just happened to see Carrie Franklin here say, I'm going to recommend your course in the WGO Pentest class student group. We all hate CertMaster. I'm so sorry you hate CertMaster. And I hope that everybody enjoys it. And yes, please be my street. You're my marketing street team out there, all you folks out there. I don't have a budget for big marketing, and we want to sell it. Selling is good. This is kind of my job at this point. And yeah, cool. Let's see here. EJPT from TCM is showing up as required. Cool. That's a great cert, man. You won't be upset with that at all. Let's get in there. What do we see? Bearded IT Dad. You should do a live with just all these epic IT people and just talk cyber. Right? Do like a panel, kind of like Jerry's jaw-jacking thing. It's fun. What else we got? You're welcome, Carrie. Straw Hat Sec. What's up, Straw Hat Sec? Just got off work. Congratulations. It's always nice to have work, though. It's always nice. Don't be upset with it. I hope you enjoy your job. And if you're out there and you've got a job you don't enjoy, just be glad you've got it. Be thankful. That's right. Because it's rough out there, kids, in the streets. I've been slinging that cyber for like 6 years now. Super user do. What do we got going on here? Geared up to enroll in the ECPPT next month. Great course as well. Any advice on going through the material and taking an exam? Just make sure, so for what my experience with I&E and their exams is, it was fun, great experience. I enjoyed it. I'm a fan. They do have, it is a multiple choice. It's kind of like this weird hybrid of multiple choice or at least it was for EJPT. I'm not sure. I would only assume that ECPPT is the same. I didn't take it. I never was one to kind of chase certs. I'm going to be doing some more certifications now. Like I said, I'm doing the RTO course to get the CRTO certification. Just because I'm thinking about seeing if I can't get on as like a pen tester somewhere, either part-time or even full-time, and then make courses in my spare time. Just because it does look fun. And I would like to get into the field a bit. And it's always, every bit of experience I ever get always translates to you guys having a better experience for me. So I'm down with that. But anyway, with I&E, they give you hands-on. You have to go in and do stuff, and then you answer questions based on the stuff you did. So I always kind of equated it to it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was almost like a hacker scavenger hunt. Hey, how many cross-site scripting attacks were vulnerable in the web app, or this web app? Because you might have multiple web apps in your environment, and they'll ask you stuff like that. So just make sure you understand how to do all the things that are in the material. And again, my experience with I&E was the material that they've given you is the material they will test you on in the environment and on the exam. So if you're solid with that stuff, if I can go, hey, is there a DOM-based cross-site scripting attack in the, Gas Monkey garage car web application that is in the environment? Would you be able to find that? Do you know how to find DOM-based cross-site scripting attacks? If that's what they ask you about, if that's what they taught you in their curriculum, you can expect that it might be on your exam. But they're not going to push you past that. They're not going to ask you to hey, are you able to do a SOX 5 pivoting through Cobalt Strike and blah? They're not going to do that to you. They're going to give you what they taught you, which is something I like. I like that about any exam, that what the questions they asked you were the stuff that they taught you. And not trick, hey, gotcha. Well, totally, you didn't see that it was not a DOM basis, you son of a... Okay, I'm just going to breathe, because it just starts blowing your confidence and stuff. I hate that stuff. So, my experience with them is that's what you do. You just, if you're good with the material, you should be good on the exam. Let's see, David O'Neill. Where are we at? Noah Grayson says, I'm taking the CRTO in a month or so. Best of luck to you, Noah. Godspeed, good sir. May your victory be sweet and swift. Victor Rosa, you skipped over paprika. Did I? What'd I miss? Did I miss something? I hope I didn't. What'd I miss? Oh, there was one we were supposed to go back to, right? Thank you. I love them. You guys are great, keeping me on point. Oh, we were talking about... Where is that question? I'm so sorry. Goodness gracious, I'm an idiot. Oh, there it is. Try Hack Me or Hack the Box is worth it than industry certs. That was XD. What did I miss with paprika? Saffron paprika. What did I miss? Looking through. Gonna find it. Or I'm not. Or somebody just spam me with the question. What's your next adventure? My next course? Alice Grimm is asking. Alice Grimm, my next adventure. Actually, the next course I'm going to do is Security Plus because there's so many people that want to get into cybersecurity, and that's usually their first stop. That would, just full disclosure, that would be a good moneymaker for me, right? As this is my kind of like my gig right now, that will be a great, because it's a much wider net for everybody that's trying to get in. But the advantage of, and anybody that's out there just watching this knows me, I'm going to look you dead in the eye right here. You know that my Security Plus course is going to be fire. It's going to be a banger times 10 because I know what it's like for people to be coming in. I was that guy one time. You were that person one time. And to get the training, oh my goodness, to get the training that's slide based. Oh, here's a bunch of concepts. I'm really good, I think. And you guys let me know if for anybody that's taking my training, you shout out whether I'm telling lies. I'm really good at finding ways to add context to those concepts and giving you, because when you're new, it's really hard to get it. It's just these abstract things that we're throwing terminology at you and we're throwing all that like acronyms and stuff at you. And you're just getting like hit with the fire hose, and that sucks. So what I want to do is make a Security Plus course that people can go, dude, this is where you go. This is how you learn Security Plus and build those skills and get a cert that is useful in the space, because I don't care what anybody says about Security Plus. It is well known and well recognized as something that you can use to get your start in cybersecurity, especially if you're new. You have to know those foundational things before you move into a CISA Plus or Pentest Plus or ECPPT or EJPT or PNPT or PJPT or CPTS or PT1 or any of the others that are out there, SAL1, right? Security Blue Team Level 1, all that stuff that's out there. Before you get there, you got to be able to talk the talk and walk the walk a little bit. And I want to make that course when you do make that jump into those higher, that you're set to jet. You have that prerequisite knowledge. So, because I see it too often, man, I see way too many people come in and they kind of jump over that because they hear it's like, oh yeah, Security Plus or whatever. You're like, well, hold up, swolled up. For someone who's super green, that is a phenomenal thing to go to, right? And it would apply to if you were taking like the Google security certification. Because all those things, or GIAC, GSEC. I mean, I've taught, except for the Google security certification, I haven't taught that, but I'll probably take a look and see how well they cross. Like, what's the difference between one and the other? From what I understand, they're very similar. GIAC, GSEC, I have taught. It's very similar to Security Plus. So if you're studying for one or all of those things, you have one size fits all shopping. I might label it Security Plus, but that doesn't mean you can't use it for other beginner security certifications. That gets people in the door. That gives them the knowledge that they need to be able to actually succeed. Ask Furious George, right? He's going through Net Plus right now. Working your way in Dion training. He's taking Dion training. Great training there. I'm sure I know some people at Dion training. I know they're great trainers. They got a great platform. They got good stuff. But it can be really difficult to understand this stuff. And again, that's one of my like strong suits. It's one of the things I do well is help people go, I get it. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was that guy. I was the one going, just quick question. Why does this do that? And they're like, okay, that's complex. Can you just hit the I believe button right now. And as a trainer now, right, that I've been a trainer for 10 years, I kind of get that to an extent. But when I was taking training and I was coming up, I got that a lot, and it never got past that. So if I ever tell someone to hit the I believe button, you can guarantee we're coming back. We're coming back around to talk about that. And I just need to get you to understand this thing right now. And then you'll understand the explanation for your question. So I will always try to bring it back around, because I hated when I had instructors do that to me and just tell me hit I believe. And they did that to kind of push me away. You know how when you're a kid and you start getting old enough to start asking difficult questions to your parents, and they go, hey, ask me about that again later. And they're just hoping you forget. I've had that, and I hate that. Alrighty. So, man, I went on a tirade there. I went on a tangent. I'm sure I missed some that I forgot to say some things. Somebody was supposed to, so I was asked, what's my next adventure? Yeah, Furious George says he's happy to have a job, especially since it's all work from home. That's great, man. But I hate it. My heart is simply not in it. I get you, man. But that's the cool thing. Why you got that job? You're doing the exact right thing, where you're working your job, you're doing a good job there. Give them 110%. And in your free time, you're studying so that you can change and move to a job that you will enjoy. That's the best way to go. Sometimes that's not always how you can do it, but if you can, absolutely, that's what's up. Tech Grunt says, watch Daniel Lowrie's Pentest Plus course, has a higher success rate than Cert Master Learner. I cannot, he says, taking bets. Thank you. Thank you for the qualifier. We have no data to support that claim. That is opinion only. Black Shell says, hi, how are you, best guitarist? I am great, Black Shell. Glad to see you in the house today. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something good. Let's see here. Preaching the gospel right now. Do you see the light? That's right. I will make you believe. You guys, I love you guys. You're having so much fun today. I've been struggling. Okay, cool. Oh, he says, it's so true. I've been struggling with networking Net Plus for years. All of a sudden last month, it just started to click. And sometimes it's how it goes. The more you immerse yourself into that stuff. And then Victor said, I skipped over paprika. So hopefully I didn't. Again, spam me if I did. Saffron Paprika, reach out and tell me if I missed your question. No, I didn't take the CRTA. Oh, Noah. Okay, you're talking to Noah. Cool. What's my next adventure? Furious George. You mean those exams aren't written like CompTIA exam? No, CompTIA. I can only expect that they are going to pivot into, just out of necessity, where they're going to go to a little more hands-on, something hands-on with their professional level certifications, or they're going to get left behind. Right now, they still do a good job of covering topics, or maybe they want to sit in that space and hold a niche of, if you're pivoting and you need to learn the foundations, that's where you come to CompTIA for. Who knows what they've got on the horizons? We'll see. I just saw Armitage. Other than Armitage, alternative GUI interface that combine both exploits, payloads, and animation. There's not a lot of exploitation frameworks out there. Let's go to the satellite map. Where are you? Duck to the duck, go. Let's see here. Provide me a list. Actually, we're just going to use AI for this one. I'll just ask it. Provide me a list of exploitation frameworks used by penetration testers. I think that it's going to be generate an answer. It's going to be mainly Metasploit, right? And of course they have the Metasploit Pro, which is even better. So if you are using it if you are a pen tester and your shop is using it, that's probably what they're using. But you'll notice Burp Suite and stuff kind of shows up. I'll make sure my head is in the way. Let's go. While I wouldn't say that that's necessarily an exploitation framework, right? You see Metasploit. Yeah. Oh, there is Exploit Pack, Core Impact. Yeah. So, but those are going to be paid for. Armitage technically uses Metasploit, right? So the Metasploit framework. There's Core Impact, again, a commercial penetration testing tool. Immunity Canvas, yeah, a commercial pen testing tool. Exploit Pack, a graphical pen testing tool, includes a variety of exploits. Most of them, I guess, yeah, beef, but right there's Armitage right there. Here's the pen testing framework. It's a framework designed to install and manage pen testing tools. Yeah. So really what Armitage is kind of a front end to like a graphical front end to Metasploit. And it's really cool. Last time I messed with it, it was a bit janky though. It worked and then some things didn't work and it would crash on me a lot. So I was like, what's going on with Armitage? But it did get me kind of like into C2s. And I was like, well, it's cool, right? Because the Raphael Mudge kind of started the whole thing. He's the Cobalt Strike guy. And yeah, Cobalt Strike's a bit out of my price range, but then I started going down the rabbit hole of actual C2s. And you can use Metasploit as C2, but you've got real C2 capabilities with stuff like Sliver, Adaptix, Empire and Starkiller, Havoc, right? Tons of them around. Mythic. If you really enjoy, if you're like kind of a sadomasochist, Mythic, Mythic is great. It's just kind of complex. The others, I just started playing around with Gunner C2. There's tons of them that are out there. Lots of them, like Covenant, right? I don't know if I mentioned that one already, but plenty of them are out there. But what they do is they're not like Metasploits where you find the exploit that's available by like search out CVE or search, the actual product stack's name. So I'm looking for a WordPress attack. I'm looking for this plugin. I'm looking for this Jenkins. I'm looking for this whatever technology and see if there is an exploit that's available within Metasploits and then use it. What it assumes is that you were able to do that on your own. And now that you're in that machine, you can drop an agent, you can drop a beacon, you can drop whatever it is they call it with Havoc. It's a demon, right? Sliver calls it, I think they call it an agent. Most of them just call it something like an agent or a beacon or whatever. And now you have C2 communications and you don't have to worry about that. That's how you get your persistence. That's how you get hands-on keyboard stuff. And it's usually graphical. So that's what's up with that. So hopefully that helps you figure that out. Most of the things that I just explained to you are open source and free. You can get them spun up in your Kali box. Have a great time doing that. Hopefully that answers your questions. Let's see here. Where was I at? Where are we at? Let's get back. We still got quite a few minutes. This has been a good conversation, man, for impromptu AMA session. Well, a late AMA. It's not necessarily impromptu. We typically go on at 10. Today I didn't think I was going to get one in. So let's see here. Oh yeah, there we were. That was Eng Kelvin. Thank you for that question. Great question, even though it wasn't, yeah. I love when I see the little one-offs like that. Again, if you want to really get my attention, do like David's doing right here. At my name really pops out. It says it is rough job market for cybersecurity jobs. Went through 3 layoffs in 1 year because of budget cuts or losing clients to another company. Yeah, man, it's a bloodbath out there. That's the unfortunate reality of it right now. Best thing you guys can be doing is working on your skills, working on your certs. Get anything that's out there and definitely incorporate AI into whatever it is you're learning. If you are not okay, here we go. If you're literally not learning AI right now, I need you to step a little bit closer to me. I need you to just, where's it at? I need, 1 second. Yep. I need you just a little closer, just a little bit closer, little bit. There you go, right there. No. You do AI. You bad not doing AI. You're bad. You see what you did? You have to. It's just what it is. Learn prompting. Learn how to use AI. Learn how to do automations with like N8N. I think that did OpenAI just come out with an N8N kind of competitor, right? Be incorporating. Learn about prompt injecting. Learn about model manipulation and things of that nature. Play around with this stuff. You better get handy, or you're going to find yourself out there going, we'll cyber for food. Okay? It's what's up. I'm doing it myself. I just took a Coursera course on prompt injecting and red team AI stuff. It was simple. It was a small course. It took me like 2 hours to get through it. But always learning, always adding something to, like, okay, this is a little out of my scope. Got to start bringing this into my scope. You got to be doing it too. All right. No, I didn't miss anything. Thank you, Saffron. I appreciate you jumping in there for me. Furious George says Sec Plus is next on his list once he passes his Net Plus. Godspeed to you, good sir. This is for you, my man. Pass. All right, let's see. Tech Grunt, I would like to assist for the Security Plus course. Awesome. If I can find any way to bring you in on that, I will. Victor Rosa, he missed mine. Cool. I was watching a documentary about WannaCry, how other country has dangerous cyber actors. I feel we are catching up, but a little late. Yeah, and then, of course, they keep coming up with new TTPs, and it's always a cat and mouse game, unfortunately. It's just the name of the game. At this point, we'll see how that evolves with the incorporation of new AI stuff, and how they start incorporating AI into their attacks and how we start incorporating AI into our defense. It should get interesting. It's a spicy meatball, that's for sure. Mwah! We'll see how, because it's going to get nuts, I'm sure. But yeah. WannaCry was crazy. Super crazy. Of course, we had Stuxnet and things of that nature, shadow broker stuff. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch the cyber world burn, isn't it? Just to go and warm ourselves by the cyber dumpster fire every day and go, this is nice. I really enjoy what's going on here. It's a really fun stuff. But it's cool because it gives us something to work on and go, okay, how can I start to master things? And maybe we'll take a look at that here in just a second. I want to Carrie Franklin. My IT Pro TV Sec Plus training was huge when I took the exam. Awesome. Love to hear that. Congratulations. Hopefully that means you passed. Good job, Carrie. And let's see here. Payload Payden. 100%. I'm 7 hours into your Pentest Plus, and all the added context is fantastic. Thank you so much, Payload Payden. I really appreciate anybody that... Listen, I know anytime you take money out of your pocket and you put it on the barrelhead, right? That is potential, that is investing into your future, and you want to get a return on that investment. That's what I'm hoping that anybody that buys my course happens for them, is that they are successful on their exam. Not just that, though, they actually understand the skills that I taught them, that it makes sense. They're able to apply it. Praxis, right, I think is the word, that they not only have the knowledge of it, but they are able to put it to work and actually do the things. That's what I'm all about. So thank you so much. I appreciate anyone that would purchase my course. I'm forever grateful, because you didn't have to, right? You didn't have to. You could have went with other trainings, and you went with me. We appreciate your business here at CyberCast IRL. Oh, let's see here. Available at your locals. Simply Cyber Academy. Link will be in the description for that course. Let's see here. Mark Fuentes. I took your CH12 course and studied for Sec Plus. Sec Plus conventional course is so boring. By the way, thanks. Right. The conventional stuff is not fun. Okay. I'm going to do a review on the first section that I went through in CRTO. And here's a little quick and dirty one. A full review will be coming out. Is so far the information fire. Great stuff, right? I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. It is a wall of text so far. I know that listen, I'm only in the beginning, but right now, and that can be very difficult to stay engaged on. That's, if I have any, for Daniel Dugan, if he is listening right now, brother, love your course. Thus far, I am very impressed. Your technical expertise and knowledge is chef's kiss, right? Man, I'd love a video. I will say that. I would love videos. I love video training. Anybody knows me knows me. Hey, if you need someone to do video training for you, 0 Point Security, I know a guy who would love to do nothing more than like add some fire video content to your curriculum, because I think those two things put together would really make that course a whole lot better. So if anybody knows Daniel Dugan, I think it's Duggan. Let him know. I'd be willing to have that conversation any day of the week. But that's me. It can make that difficult to stay engaged. And I do find myself drifting in my own mind off to other things because it's just me, writing notes and highlighting things. And they do have a great platform for taking your own notes within their platform. That's another great thing. The platform is great. You guys got a lot of good things going for you. But that's always been my thing as far as like, for me, good training is one that just grabs my attention, that I have a trouble looking away. So if you guys had that, not that your red team operating course operator course is not probably the apex predator in the space, but it would be able to easily hold on to that when the other competitors come a knocking. There are a couple, and they know who they are. But there you go. That's just my quick hot take on the CRTO so far. Really looking forward to getting into. I haven't really done any of the lab stuff yet, but I will, and that's going to be great. Which is going to be great because that stuff will grab your attention. It will hold your attention. Because you're doing stuff, right? All right, let's see here. Where are we at? I just saw Amish Brain. No. Where were we? YouTube, you did it to me again. Curse you with your jumping thing. Oh my goodness, it really jumped on me there, didn't it? Okay, here we are. We were at Mark Fuentes, Amish Brain, Noah Grayson, Tech Grunt. Fun fact, when Daniel Lowrie battles CompTIA Cert Master for Supremacy, servers tremble, study guides rewrite themselves, and exam objectives beg for mercy. Daniel declares, there can be only one. Yes, Highlander. There can be only one. That's great. I love that stuff. Thank you so much, TechGuard, for making me chuckle. I enjoy that. Hey, Daniel, why don't you start your own platform like Code Academy? Great question, Kathu. And the answer to that is it's really hard to do. It is for me. Okay, hold on. Back it up. So I looked into that. I have looked into that. And it's still not necessarily not going to happen. But to run a business, a platform, do all this stuff, there's a lot of legal stuff that's involved with it. So if I sell courses to someone in another state, right? So you're in another state. I'm not in Florida. Does that state take sales tax? Of course it does, right? Do you have to pay sales tax on that course for that state? Well, it depends. What does it depend? It depends on whether or not I do enough business in your state to qualify of being within the, what did they call it? The economic nexus, which comes from listen, this is where it gets fun, right? So the running the business part is really hard. So I'm a trainer. I'm good at training. I'm not necessarily good at running a business. Does that make sense? I understand how some of these things work and how they run. And honestly, it's just not my thing. Maybe as I learn more and I get better at it, I could get there. But right now, I think I just need to focus on doing what I do best, which is making that training and getting it into the people's hands through various and sundry platforms. I will let the cat out of the bag a little bit. I will be also offering Pentest Plus with Passion IT Group. They have, we're in talks. We're in talks with that. So that'll be fun. Jerry does not have a non-compete with me on that. He was straight up, was like, yeah, man, do your thing. Put it where you put it. So they were interested in it as well. They have a very different audience than what Jerry does. So I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of competition going on there. They are looking for a little bit more. So I got to kind of like separate what I'm giving them from what I've given Jerry, to kind of have them be competitive, right? So you're starting to learn. This is the kind of behind the scenes stuff that is difficult. I have to keep spreadsheets on who I'm working for and what money I've made and stuff like that. That's a lot of work. What goes into what I can write off as taxes? That part I've never had. I just showed up to work before and I went, thanks for the check and thanks for the benefits and stuff like that. Where right now I'm kind of my own man, right? So there's where we're at. It's going to take me a while before I get so good at that part that I would be able to run my own platform. All right, 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. Let's get back into it. Excuse me. I just inhaled Monster, and my lungs went to battle with it. Fun fact: the O2 quality of Monster is not phenomenal. So I ejected it from my lungs. Noah Grayson asked, do you know if Anti-Siphon has any new pay for what you can tier training? I have no idea what they're doing. No clue. No cluesies. Let's see here. Where are we at? What do we got? Got some people having good conversation. Sec plus OT is coming. Or Sec OT plus is coming. Is it Sec OT plus? Yeah, I think that's right. Tech G. Or is it Tech G? It's like GIF or GIF, right? Good question there. If anyone attending Kentucky Cybersecurity and Forensics Conference in Lexington on the 25th, let's meet up. Networking is cool. Absolutely. I wish I was going. I am not going to be there. I'll tell you where I will be, though. I will be at this lovely place. Where'd that go? Hold on. I'm going to be at this place. You may have heard of it, which is... Dun, 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 dun. Let's get into it. I will be here. Simply CyberCon 2025. I will be there. I have my ticket. My bags are packed. I'm ready to fly. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this is going to be Sunday will be November the 2nd. That's when the training is. So if you haven't got a ticket, you should check into it. Should be fire. Monday, November 3rd is going to be the main conference. I'll be hanging out all day. I'll probably be doing a lot of hallway con. So if you just want to have some face-to-face time with me, I will be there. Jerry's going to be there. Michelle Khan is going to be there for providing training. Tyler Ramsby will be there as well. Food is provided. Look at that, right? It's a 15-minute car ride away from the Charleston International Airport. We'll be in downtown Charleston, South Carolina at the Charleston Marriott. Definitely check that out there. There's also a Discord if you want to join and get some good talks going on there and be available. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fire. Go check these out. See if you can get registered. There's training. Going to be fun. Okay. Enough of that. That's where I will be. But good on you for talking about meeting up. That is a phenomenal way to get out there and get your name out there and to meet good people. What else we got going on? Booyah. Join Daniel Lowrie Discord, and you can @ me there. That's right. Good job. Thank you for pushing the Discord. We always looking for great people. Carrie says, once I get off work, cleaning the school at 11 p.m., and then I will go to church and clean, be done at 4. And then after that, other stuff, we'll get computer stuff done. That's how we roll, baby. That's how we roll. Amish brain, losing his mind. Thank you so much, though. I love all of y'all. That was epic. That's awesome. I have done some AI red teaming. That's cool, Noah Grayson. Very cool. Very cool, right? Because that was in your degree. Look, it's already in the degrees at this point. That's just the way things are going. You gotta add it in. If you're not, you'll wish you had. You'll wish you had. Thank you, Daniel Larry. May I please have another? You chatters. I love your all's messages. This is so much fun. All right, where are we at? We got 1 minute to go. I'm going to round out these messages, and then we'll call it a day. Papa Dan wants you to learn AI. You darn right I do. The strongest steel is forged in the fire of a dumpster. You know it. We got David O'Neill. I agree about learning AI. Was told to follow Eva Ben. She works at Microsoft. Posts a lot of stuff about cybersecurity and AI. Also TCM security. CompTIA has some courses as well. That's right. Jump on it. Straw Hat says, When tools on Linux can be used, or what tools on Linux can be used to initiate or spin up cloud environments to practice pen testing and bug hunting. So if you're using AWS, you can use AWS CLI. You can spin up EC2 using the AWS CLI. I'm sure you can do stuff with like Ansible and like Puppet and Chef and things of that nature. Any of the orchestration softwares. My friend Justin used to do it a lot with DigitalOcean. So, and which would be great skill set for you to have, right? To be able to not only like do the red team side of things, but you're also familiar with doing cloud orchestration. Straight up fire right there. That's what's up. Let's see here. Microsoft has an AI red teaming 101 class. Go take it, man. YouTube. It's on YouTube for free. Take that bad boy. Go get it. Anything that you can do for free or low cost, you should be totally doing. I don't care that they're short courses. I don't care that they're not like, the OSCPs of the world or whatever. It doesn't matter. You're still showing interest and you're showing that you're doing stuff and you're learning. And that's what's up. Let's get in here. Anyone that has a new promo graphic in the general Discord. Thank you. I can't wait to see that, Tech Grunt. Always fire stuff there. Party at the Moon Tower. That is a great reference, man. Dazed and Confused, baby. It's a great movie. Love that movie. All right, everybody. Looks like we're coming to the top of the hour. We have made it. Wes Bryan's out. David O'Neill. Hopefully, can go next year. Hopefully, as well. Saffron Paprika. This has been a great stream. It has been. I'm so glad we got to sneak it in, no matter what. Thank you for joining us here today, everyone. I appreciate your time and effort. Love all y'all. Hope you have a great weekend. Until next time, keep hacking.